Now, the federal member for Mackellar has phoned the program, Jason Falinski. I think he's a bit cranky about what happened on the Spit Bridge, not just now, but previously as well. Jason, good morning to you.
Good morning, Ray, but I have a question for you first.
Yes, Jason.
Let me guess. You pulled up from the birthday party and the wedding, but you're still suffering a hangover from the four-year-old birthday party?
Yeah, the sugar boost got me, mate. The sugar boost got me. There were plenty of red frogs and snakes, and my wife made for little Avie some fairy bread, and there was a bit of it polished off as well, I can tell you. So, yes.
Well, mate, can I tell you? I feel your pain. I feel it.
Okay. Now, your pain today is about the Spit Bridge, I think, is it?
Yeah, it is. Look, we've got, once again, these idiots who think they're making a point by blocking one of the major roads in Sydney. I mean, we have, as you know, the most congested roads in Australia on the northern beaches, and they think that they're making some sort of political point by blocking that road. We found out last time they did this, when there was a train strike, they decided to do it. When they did it last time, we found out that a lot of them were getting paid from an overseas activist fund. So, I mean, I beg them to stop making the people of the northern beaches suffer more than they have to, just because you think your political point's more important than anything else going on in everyone's lives.
Well, the point I didn't make, and I should have made, in broad terms, I said we've confronted dreadful flooding, and there was no worse flooding than on the northern beaches last week. I mean, it was horrendous for friends of mine who lived there, and you put up with that, and then you put up with this morning. And, Jason, the point being, it achieves nothing, but I really think the judiciary, we've had one bloke, Eric Serge Herbert, in jail, but he's now on appeal from a magistrate in Newcastle. We need to actually send a message to these people, the three that didn't comply with those requests by police. They need to face a really serious consequence, so others who might do the same, either on the Harbour Bridge or the approaches to the Harbour Bridge or the Spit Bridge or anywhere else, actually get the message they're going to be in a bit of strife. Now, Jason, just before you go on, I've just got a note here. We've phoned Zali Steggall's office. Now, she's the, of course, federal member for Warringah. To understand whether she supports this, given that she came to a platform, a dual platform, of course, and one was about political donations, which she seems to have disregarded completely in recent stories, and also climate change. Now, surely to goodness, the local member who's confronting the electorate in a short space of time should be condemning what these people did to her local electorate this morning, surely. Yep.
Mate, I am, and I think any self-respecting community leader would do the same thing. People should not suffer like this. And Ray, the point I was going to make is I think you're dead right about the judiciary, but also we have the power in our hands at the ballot box to send a message to Climate 200 and their candidates and make it very clear to them that if this is the sort of shenanigans that they think that work, this never used to happen on the northern beaches. Never used to happen on the northern beaches. It's only started since Simon Holmes of Court decided that he was going to run candidates under the Climate 200 banner in this area. And now all of a sudden we've got, Australia's most congested road getting blocked on a semi-regular basis.
I'm glad you mentioned Simon, because didn't Zali come to a power via a platform of you horrible people in the major parties keep taking money from people to get elected? Isn't that part of her platform, and she wanted to stop that process?
Mate, the thing I love about Climate 200 is, transparency for everyone else, just not us. And that's what happens when you inherit a lot of money. When you've never had to work for the money that you have, you think that's what it's like for everyone. So the problem here is that most of these people don't understand what it is to try and get to work and try and get your kids to school, because you're just trying to pay the mortgage, put food on the plate, and pay your taxes and get on with your lives. They don't understand that, because for many of them, they've never had to do that in their lives because they inherited a lot of money, and now they're funding a lot of candidates because they think the federal parliament, they think the federal election is just like some corporate takeover that mummy and daddy used to get involved in.
Well, I'll leave you with this thought. As my late grandfather, Norman Hadley, once said, born in about 1901, as he reached the end of his life, mate, those kids wouldn't work in an iron lung, and that's what we're talking about here. Thanks for your time.
Thanks, Ray. Speak to you soon.
Jason Falinski, federal member for Mackellar, regarding what happened on the Spit Bridge this morning. 131873 is the open line number, 2GB.com.